Today's episode is brought to you in part by Survival Radio Network. Survival Radio Network is the source for news, entertainment, and talk radio. Go to survivalradionetwork.us to listen today.
SRN, Survival Radio Network.
Today's episode is brought to you in part by Next Generation Speakers Magazine. Next Generation Speakers Magazine has tools, tips, and techniques to take your speaking to the next level. Next Generation Speakers Magazine, who's got next?
What are you building? Hi, this is Sakoni Prince of SakoniPrince.com, where we make motivation personal by introducing you to yourself. And today I want to talk to you about, what are you building? What are you building? You know, in order for you to build, you really have to spend time putting in a foundation. Because the foundation is so important. Because the foundation is what holds the structure up. You know, I remember this young man telling a story about how he worked with his father and how he helped him build homes. And one of the things he hated to do was to put in the foundation. Because putting in the foundation meaning that they had to dig deep. They had to put in wire and rebar, and then they had to come back and they had to pour cement and concrete and smooth it over. They put in all that work. And once it was in, nobody ever questioned the foundation unless the building started to crumble. So when you're building something, one of the first things you need to do is you need to make sure that you have a solid foundation. And that's not only for a building, but for your relationships. Even for your business, or even with your health. Making sure you have the right foundation and knowing where to
look to the top. You always want to have that apex. Where it is you're headed, you want to have it in clear sights and have it in your focus to know that this is what the journey is all about. This is why I'm going after my dreams. And sometimes that climb can get extremely tough. You might even want to know, why did I begin this climb in the first place? But realize that when you look down, as you have one hand hanging up, if you choose to descend and go back down, if you ever want to start over, you'll actually climb twice as far as you did in the first place. So just continue to look to the top and keep your eyes focused on your prize. But see, what happens in that process is not necessarily all and everything that comes along with you reaching the top and finally getting to what it is you're climbing for. It's the person that you become during the climb. It's the person that you evolve into when you go through the different thought processes of whether or not I should stop, or should I climb back down, or why did I even begin the ascension in the first place? Because see, life, it's a series of mountains, and every time you climb one, you get better and better during that process, so that when you get to the top of that mountain and you look down to see what the next mountain it is you have to climb, you are far better prepared to climb the next one with a lot more
confidence of having the right tools. Because having the right tools is going to make all the difference in the world for you being able to actually get what you need to have done. There's nothing more frustrating than not having the tools you need. I've done projects around the house where I've tried to hammer a nail with a pair of pliers, or tried to turn a screwdriver with some pliers. I mean, it's so frustrating not having the right tools. But when you have the right tools, you can definitely get the job done, and you can make your way to the top. In other words, you can actually be ready for the
climb. The climb. See, the climb never ever begins without you taking action. Listen closely. To climb is to clearly live in masterful bliss. I'm going to say that again. To climb is to clearly live in masterful bliss. Why is that? Because we have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Every time we embark upon a new mountain, it's a new journey. And each time it's different. Each time it's a little harder. We may get a couple scratches or even find ourselves to be a little callous in a particular spot on our hands because of the trips that we've traveled previously. But those calluses have better prepared us to be sure gripped at what it is we're going after, because this is masterful bliss of really accomplishing us becoming our greater selves. Sometimes it's not all about the mountain that you are climbing. It's about that internal mountain that's deep down inside of you that you're constantly climbing against every day. And sometimes don't even
know how far you've come. Because when you're building, you want to make sure that you're able to actually look back and see what you put together. The legacy that you're leaving, the structure that you put up, the relationships, the motivation, the business, all that you've done can help encourage the next generation. And you want to make sure that you're building well. Don't just build well. Because that's what's going to determine how long your structure stands. And look, this is Sakoni Prince of SakoniPrince.com, where we make motivation personal by introducing you to yourself. And today I want to ask you, what are you building? And look, I ask you to like and share this video. Thank you.
When was the last time you felt satisfied with your career? When was the last time you were excited about your small business? If you have ever experienced any of these emotions, then you owe it to yourself to attend the Are You Climbing the Wrong Mountain Summit, October 18th and 19th, 2019 in New Orleans, Louisiana. This annual summit is in its 4th year of helping business professionals just like you gain clarity in their career field, increase productivity in their companies, and realize greater fulfillment in their life. Go to climbtherightmountain.com and invest in your future today.